that is Marlena Dietrich.
Part of my job is to brief you on current enemy tactics and how we best determine to counter them. We have some very interesting film here, which includes some captured enemy footage. Roll the film. As you know, the fighter escorts don't have enough fuel to follow you all the way to the target and back. Once you're on your own, the most critical countermeasure you can take to defend yourselves is the tight box formation. This cannot be emphasized enough. Do not, repeat, do not break formation at any cost. This enemy footage shows just how costly breaking formation can be. Remember, our best defense is to stay together. Stragglers are on their own. As some of you already know, today's mission is of critical importance. The mission will be flown under the strictest security. That means strictly need to know. The specific route and targets have already been given to the navigators and bombardiers. High concentrations of enemy fighters can be expected at any time over enemy territory. Expect flak along the route, especially heavy over the target. As you can see, we have a very aggressive opponent. But you guys have learned to hold your own. You're the best group I've ever had the privilege to command. Engine start in 5 minutes. First takeoff at 0630. Dismiss. Let's go.
forward to accelerate. Now pull back on the joystick to lift off. Remember to raise your landing gear. In order to find the targets, use the mission compass and the mission pointer. You only need to fly near the targets to achieve the mission objectives. Feel free to approach them from any angle.
Watch the compass, honey.
That's one target, one more to go.
Steady as she goes. There you go.
You've flown near all the targets. Congratulations, pilot. Now it's time to turn back and land at the airport. Since the wind is calm, you can approach the airport from any direction. The mission compass and the mission pointer have moved to show you where the airport is. This airport has 2 small grass strips and 1 long asphalt runway. For an extra challenge, feel free to land at one of the grass strips. Mission timer is just about halfway.
Yeah, let's
Grass strips are highlighted in yellow to help you
put your
find them.
speed down to 100.
Now that you're heading toward the airport, reduce power to slow to 150 miles per hour or less. Before you land, make sure your throttle is at idle all the way back. Just before you touch down, ease the stick back slightly and let the aircraft settle to the ground. You're going a bit too fast to have a safe landing. Reduce your speed to 100 miles per hour or less.
Let's do it.
I think we're gonna crash, honey. Ooh. slow down, you got it. You're not on the runway, but...
I can't slow down anymore. I'm...
Oh, it's just doing it itself now.
There's no brakes.
Well, at least you landed it safely. Went through a few trees, but...
Now I find the brake.
It's starting to rain!
Alright, again turn the prop, make the oil moving through the cylinders. Checking the gas gauge, make sure there's enough gas. We don't give him too much because he'll fly for too long. Now the fuselage is a stalled aircraft, short takeoff or landing, and you watch, you get this airplane off the ground pretty quick, especially with a good headwind like today. Anybody ever see the movie called Flyboys, made back in 2002? Remember that movie? Ken was a stunt pilot in that movie. He was actually a stunt pilot in that movie, so. All right. Everybody hear me okay now? All right. Get the people over here too.
This is going to fit you good, Gary. You're going to look like Elvis Presley with this on.
Taxing out, you can get ready to take off. Now, first thing he's going to do is get out there, he's going to warm the engine up. He's going to do what's called a clearing turn. He's going to turn the airplane all the way around one time to make sure that there's nothing in the skies, nothing on the runways like, you know, cows, alligators, stuff like that. He's going to do a clearing turn, and then he's going to take off. And when he gets ready to take off, watch how quick he gets off the ground. Short takeoff or landing. So as soon as he gets out there and gets it lined up, watch how quick this airplane gets off the ground. It may be a little slower because the runway's a little wet today, but he'll be pretty quick off that ground. Warming up the engine. Now, Storch, these for Storch. Storch means stork in German. So watch this airplane when it takes off, how the landing gear now drop down a little bit farther. Looks like the long legs on a stork. All right, he's taxiing out. He'll do his clearing turn.
We didn't do that before. We
Making sure that everything's good and warmed up. Here we go. All right, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, off the ground, and 4 seconds. How about that, folks? 4 seconds, off the ground in 4 seconds. Tight turning radius on this airplane.
Some pictures?
Now this is the air up under there, giving more lift to this airplane. A little bit later he's going to demonstrate how slow this airplane can fly in just a few minutes. Right now he's over there flying over I-4, which we asked him not to do because all the cars on I-4 start slowing down. They're wondering how the Florida Highway Patrol got a German aircraft to check their speeds. Here he comes up for a low-level pass. Well, it's hard to tell just between the high speed and low speed. Now, Ken's getting a little altitude underneath the airplane. He'll take it up. He's going to turn it in the wind. He's going to lower what's called the flaperons. There's actually a set of flaps that come down along with the ailerons of this, and turn it in the wind. This airplane has a stall speed of around 31 miles an hour. So when he gets it into the wind, you watch. He can probably walk faster than this airplane is flying. And you'll notice when he brings the airplane back, you look inside, there's no hydraulics on this airplane. He lowers the flaps with a bicycle chain on the side over there in a crank. All right, he's getting ready to turn it into the wind. Here we go. Watch how slow this airplane can fly. He's trying to find the wind up there right now. Okay, he's lowering the flaps. Look at this airplane. Look how slow it's going. Almost stopped.
So much.
Probably walk faster than that airplane's flying right now. Not bad. Pretty slow, huh? And if you were in the infantry, you didn't want to shoot this airplane on the ground. You know why? Because then he knows where you are and goes, artillery right there. So the wings on this airplane actually can be folded back and load on a large truck, take it to any small field in the world and launch it from there. It has an Argus V8 engine, about 240 horsepower, and it's an inverted V8. The engine is upside down. And at the very end of World War II, the Italian dictator Mussolini was actually trapped in a mountain chalet surrounded by partisans. They were going to try to find... Here he comes again, a little pop-up right behind the trees. And a feast of sorts was involved one of the very last dog fights at the end of World War II in the Western Theater. 2 German pilots were flying at the very end of World War II in this airplane. 2 Americans in a Piper Cub. There's one over here in our south hangar, which is an observation plane. Saw them flying. They dove down. They took out their .45 pistols and shot down the feast of sorts. It's probably the only airplane that ever been shot down by pistols in World War II. Look at the tight turning radius on that airplane. As I said, this airplane was actually built in November of 1942. It has all the original German markings. In fact, all the instruments are in German. And this is a fabric-covered airplane. This is covered in Dacron, which is a synthetic material. The original was covered in grade 8 cotton. When the restored this airplane, they actually used Dacron instead, but it is a fabric-covered airplane. The wings and the fuselage are fabric-covered. Now, the U.S. Army Air Corps saw this airplane at the 1930s air show and went, "We got to have one of those." So they built an airplane called the Stinson L1 Vigilant. Similar to this airplane, but a lot bigger. If you go on a restoration shop today, tour at 215, we'll show you that one. That one's over in a restoration shop being restored right now. It's about 80 to 90% done. And then we'll show you the difference in these 2 airplanes. All right, Ken's wagging his wings. That means he's getting ready to come into land. When he lands the aircraft, he's going to taxi it right up to here. After we get the engine shut off, we're going to ask you to come on out and take a close look at the airplane. Ask Ken any questions you want. Don't tell him I told you that. But he'll answer any questions you want, pretty much. Take a close look inside. Remember, please don't touch your airplane. Be careful. You don't want to poke a hole in the fabric. But be careful around the engine because it will be hot. Even though it's a nice cool day. And like I said, this is an Argus V8, 240 horsepower, upside down. It's an inverted V8. Actually inverted. That's when they made the airplane more sleek at the top, where they can observe better. And you'll notice all the glass in this airplane too. Here he comes in for a landing. Watch how quick he gets the thing on the ground. Here he does a 3-point landing. That's put down the... Yep. Pretty perfect. There you go. Both front wheels and the tail. That's called a 3-point landing. And my job is to stand right here because he's going to taxi right up behind me. You might stop a little bit closer because it is kind of a windy day and we have to chop the aircraft. But yeah, every day, 1:30, weather permitting, we fly an airplane. All right, let's hear for Ken Kell and the Feaster Stores. Come on out and have a closer look at the airplane.
That's the, what it does, it's like a regular slot. The gas here is flying. That's flying. Close the airplane down, the fan goes, it speeds up the air.